Lesson number 82. We will review these ideas today. Number 1, the light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. My forgiveness is the means by which the light of the world finds expression through me. My forgiveness is the means by which I become aware of the light of the world in me. My forgiveness is the means by which the world is healed, together with myself. Let me then forgive the world, that it may be healed along with me. Number 2, suggestions for specific forms for applying this idea are: let peace extend from my mind to yours, and you can insert a person's name here. I share the light of the world with you. You can insert a person's name here. Through my forgiveness, I can see this as it is. And the third idea, which comes from lesson 64, let me not forget my function. I would not forget my function because I would remember myself. I cannot fulfill my function if I forget it. Unless I fulfill my function, I will not experience the joy that God intends for me. Suitable specific forms of this idea include: let me not use this to hide my function from me. I would use this as an opportunity to fulfill my function. This may threaten my ego, but cannot change my function in any way. So what the course is doing now is, of course, pushing us to look at the idea of forgiveness, particularly in context to how it may be in our lives, what we may need to forgive, who we may need to forgive. So when I think about this, and I've been thinking about as we do these daily exercises, though, again, I would reiterate that it's not necessarily what we consider a 24-hour day, that I've been working at 365-day lessons for, it's been about 20 years now since I got it. I believe I was 21 or 22 when I first got a hold of A Course in Miracles, and really reading through it, reading associated books, and doing the lessons and embracing the lessons and sitting with the lessons. So when I sit with the idea of forgiveness, and then I have to insert somebody's name into that. So recently I will share that, as we always do, I think, we review our lives. And sometimes we review it in a short span. Hey, what am I doing this month? What am I doing this year? What have I done in this past decade? And one of the things that I share with my students in the classes I teach in the workshops, as well as a television show, is that my work, because it is personal to identity, to relationships, to finances, to sexuality, to all of those things, culture, and I've written about it, and then a video about it, an interview about it, and I teach about it. It then presses back at me sometimes to answer the questions that I am posing to a class or to an audience. So when I look at forgiveness, I've been thinking about relatives that are alive and relatives that have passed away. Friendships, professional relationships, just different things. And I'm working on a curriculum project for a season of classes as well as a TV show. And I've seen that there are, I had to do I would say a good moral and spiritual inventory of myself, of why was this relationship the way that it was? Why did it end? Why did it not change? Why did it not become what I wanted to become? Why did I have to release it? And in forgiveness, sometimes what we have to do, and what I've learned, and talk about this throughout these progression of lessons, is that forgiveness is releasing yourself and the other person from whatever your expectation was or your desire for that relationship/reality. And I had to look at that some of the people that I really, really wanted to, be attached with and happy with and fun with and loving were not always in their healthiest spaces. And then you got to stop. You just can't stop there and say, oh, okay, there's something wrong with them. I had to look at, why do you choose to have such people in your life, in your space, and why are you playing, whether it's a regret game or a resentment game or an anger game, or, you still have a little grain of sand in your teeth about that person. And I started looking at how I was raised, what I learned, what I did not learn, what I've had to relearn and re-educate myself about emotionally and with people, and what works and what doesn't work. And I had to, in there, not just forgive the other person. It's not difficult for me to forgive other people. What I often find difficult, forgiveness being releasing them, releasing myself from the attachment of expectation with them, therefore detaching from them. It is releasing the expectation I have held of myself. So I think we all hold, just from our own life self-interest, high expectation of ourselves. I am good. I think in order to live, we have to hold that. And when we don't hold that, we talk about low confidence, low self-confidence, low self-esteem. And I looked at it, oh, do I have low self-esteem? Do I have low self-confidence? And no, I'm okay there. And I looked at, was I unhappy? And I looked at, was I displeased with myself? And I said, no, I'm not. Things are stable. Things are okay. However, when I look at embarking on more things, when I look at more friendships, more relationships, when I look at traveling and stuff like that, am I feeling safe in doing so? And I was like, okay, what do I need to express to myself and to others? And I thought, wow, I really need to release that I knew better. When I knew better, I did better. And I looked at that, sometimes I stopped things or relationships, or had to change friendships, family relationships before, even though I felt a sense of emotional hurt, that I thought, wow, my fear was that this would hurt me more. And so I stopped it, or I stopped hanging out with those people, or I stopped interacting with those people, or I stopped helping those people, really a level of enabling. I said, okay, so I have done that. I have graduated to maturely being able to see that. And some of the things that I thought further from then would hurt me even deeper have not. I said, okay, so maybe in there, I, one, can take care of myself. Two, I can release myself from the expectation of my being better, greater, stronger, smarter, cuter, all of those things with those relationships with other people. That I am good enough as I am. I present as I am. I was like, well, was I honest with that person? Was I telling that person who I am? And I thought, well, yeah, I am. Or I was. And I can forgive myself. So, in the lesson, the Course says, let me not see an illusion of myself in this. As I look on this, let me remember my Creator. My Creator did not create this as I see it. Or when we go a little further back, let peace extend from my mind to yours. And it says you can insert a name here. So let peace extend into my own mind, into Kyle's mind about himself. So always, this is Kyle Phoenix Show, and we are working through the lessons from A Course in Miracles. Thank you so much. And as always, you can find me on Facebook, Sleepo, High Five, Google, all of that. Just type in Kyle Phoenix. Thank you. Bye.